let's go ahead and look at number 1. Zoom in on it. Okay, so like I said, for numbers 1 and 2, we're finding the surface area, meaning finding the areas of all the sides, adding them together. The first side that I can clearly see is just this front right here. Okay, now just the front of this box thing. What shape is that?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay, so we need the area of a rectangle. What two measurements do I need to find the area of this rectangle? You guys are so good. Base times height. 10 times 10. That's super easy. What is 10 times 10, you guys?
100.
100. Okay. Now, since we just did the front rectangle, let's go ahead and do the back rectangle. Okay, what two measurements do I need to find the area of that back rectangle?
8 and 6.
Ooh, not quite 8 and 6. I do agree.
10.
8 and 10, beautiful. Okay, so then my green rectangle is going to be 8 times 10. What's the area of that one?
80.
80. You guys are so good. Okay, and since we're just going for it and finding all the rectangles, we also have a bottom rectangle. What two measurements do I need with that one, the red rectangle? Kaylee?
6 and 10.
Nice job. 6 and 10. Beautiful. It doesn't explicitly say that that side is 10, but we know if that side's 10, that side's got to be 10, right? So then my last rectangle, my red guy, 6 times 10, which is going to be
60.
60. Beautiful. Okay, then let's go ahead and find the areas of these triangles. And guess what? We only have to do it once because they're going to be the same measure. So let's find the area of that triangle. Remember, with area of the triangle, it's 1/2 times our base times our height. Well, what is the base and the height of the triangle? What two measurements do we need for this triangle area?
10 and 8.
I agree, 8 is one of them. That's going to be my height. But what's my base of this triangle? I heard somebody whisper it. 6. Beautiful. So now we have 8 times 6. Okay, well, 8 times 6 is going to give me 48. Half of 48 is 24. But because we have two sides, right? We have the front triangle and the back triangle. We'll go ahead and just multiply that guy by 2. Because of the two sides. Which is going to give me 48 again. Okay, so I have all of these areas, 100, 80, 60, 48. What do I need to do with all 4 of those numbers? Add them up, right? Find the entire surface area, we just add them up. So my surface area,
288 kilograms.
let's see if you are correct. 100 plus 80 plus 60 plus 48. You are so good. 288. Okay, what's my unit of measurement here?
Kilograms.
Not quite kilograms.
No.
It's what Canadians
Where's-
use. Kilometers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and since it's area, it's going to be squared. Nice. Beautiful. Found all the areas, add them together. Okay, let's do that one more time. For number 2. We are given almost the same exact shape as on our starter. Okay, rectangular pyramid. The one shape that stands out to me the most, go first, is my rectangle on bottom. Ooh, and this guy's a special kind of rectangle. Hint, it's the kind of rectangle where all the sides are equal. What's another name for that?
Trapezoid.
Starts with an S. A square. Right, this guy's an actual square. But same thing, we just multiply base times height. So what are my two measurements for the area of this square? 10 and 10. 10 times 10. And what's that going to give me?
100.
100 for that area of that square on bottom. Okay, well here's the great thing. On our starter, we had to solve for 2 different types of triangles. Since this guy is a square, that means all 4 sides of these triangles are going to be the same measurement. So we really only need to solve for the area once and multiply it by 4 for the 4 sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Area of this triangle, 1/2 times my base times my height. Where is my base? Where is my height for this triangle? Gabe.
10.3 and
Beautiful. 10 is my base. 10.3 is my height. So we got 10 times 10.3. I'm definitely going to need to use a calculator because of that 10.3. Totally fine. Remember, 1/2 in your calculator is the same as 0.5 times 10 times 10.3. And that gives me 51.5 for that triangle. Now, how many sides of those triangle do I have?
4.
4. So let's take that 51.5, multiply it by 4. They're all the same because it's a square on bottom.
206.
Nice. 206. Okay, so I have all the measurements I need. I have my area of that square on bottom. I have the area of all 4 of those triangles added together. Now what do I do with that 100 and that 206? Add them up. So what is my surface area for this shape going to be?
306
306 what?
feet.
Feet what?
Squared.
Beautiful. Whenever we're talking about area, our units are squared. 306 feet squared. Now you guys know that when you're like looking for a house or an apartment or whatever and they say, this is a 1,600 square foot, blah, blah, blah. Just means the area of like the rooms all added together. Okay, cool. Show me a fist of 5 on surface area, you guys. Finding the areas of all the sides, adding them up. Nice, sweet. Okay, alrighty. Let's go ahead. Look at number 3. 3 through 6, we are talking about volume now. Okay, so first we have the volume of what looks like a trapezoidal pyramid. Okay, which I'm actually gonna make sure I'm using the right formula. So let's go ahead and just look that up. Trapezoidal.
Oh, right.
Beautiful.
It's line 2, and then B. No, it's not B. It's
Oh, so it's actually not too bad. Okay, so in order to find the volume of this shape, you guys, we need to find the area of the trapezoid, which this guy's kind of a complicated formula. A plus B over 2 times our height. That's the area of just the one of the trapezoids. Okay, and then you need to multiply that number. So I'm going to say the area of the trapezoid multiplied by the height of the entire prism. So how tall this prism actually is. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so first of all, we need to find the area of this trapezoid. So looking at the front, I need the measurement of the small side, the big side, the base, and the height. What do you guys think? Just looking at that side of my prism. Where's the little side, the big side, and the height? Isaac, what you got?
Little size 4 feet.
Uh-huh.
Size 9 feet.
Nice. Nice. Okay, we got all the measurements we need. I love that he noticed that it doesn't specifically tell us that that bigger side is 9 feet, but we know that that side's the same side, so if that guy's 9, that guy's also 9. Love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and find this. So we have the area of this guy is going to be little plus big, 4 plus 9, divided by 2 times 4.3. Okay, and just to save space, I'm actually going to just do this piece by piece in my calculator, which you're more than welcome to do. Okay, so I have parentheses, 4 times 9, close parentheses, divide by 2. I'm going to go ahead and click enter. Then I need to take that, multiply it by my height, which is 4.3. And there's the area, so that gave me 77.4. Okay, so that's the area. We need to take the area, multiply it to the height of this prism. Okay, so how tall is it? Hint, we already know what the height is. How tall is this prism?
5 feet?
Nope, 4.3.
4.3, beautiful. So we're gonna take the area, multiply it to the height again, 4.3. 77.4 times 4.3. And I get a volume of 332.82. Let's go ahead and just round it to 1 decimal place. So if I only want 1, I gotta look behind. Is this 2 gonna bump the 8 up or keep it an 8?
Keep it 8.
Keep it an 8. So 332.8.
Even if it's like lower than 5, it stays the same.
So 5 or above bumps it up. Anything lower than 5 stays the same. Great question. Okay, so there's my volume, but what are my units on volume? We know with area, it's my units squared. What about volume? It's not squared anymore. What is it?
Feet?
Cubed. Beautiful. So this time it's feet and cubed. Whoops. Cubic feet. Didn't mean to draw that little line there. 332.8 cubic feet. Nice. Okay, next shape. We have a rectangular pyramid. Yeah, I want to do this one. Okay, so the volume formula for this rectangular pyramid. We remember volume equals base times height times width. But then, since it's a pyramid, we got to divide that by 3. Okay? So now we need to just identify, out of all these measurements they've given us here, some of them might not even matter, what's my base, my height, and my width? What do you guys think? Base, height, and width for this guy.
8 at 8.
I agree, 8 is one of them. I'm going to say that's my width. Now I still need my base and my height.
5.2.
5.2 is going to be my height. And so then what's my base? Hint, if it's standing like this, it's not going to be the diagonals. What is it, Kaylee?
9.
It's 9. Okay, so that guy's my height, and that guy's my base. Base, height, width. Okay, so go ahead, plug it in. Volume equals my base, 9, times my height, 5.2, times my width, 8. Now let me ask you guys this. Does it matter which order you multiply it in?
No.
Nope, it does not at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put that in my calculator first. 9 times 5.2 times 8. 374.4, but now what do I need to divide it by?
8.
Kaylee, what do I need to divide it by?
3.
3. Beautiful. So 3. So that gave me 374.4 divided by 3. Boom, boom. What do we get?
124.8.
Nice. 124.8 for this volume. But what are my units here? Now we're back in the US where we measure how far we go with how many?
Miles.
Miles. Miles what for volume?
Square. Cubic.
Cubed. Volume is cubed. Okay, it's cubed because I didn't write it down. I probably should have. 9 miles times 5.2 miles times 8 miles, miles times miles times miles, cubic miles. Boom, 3 miles we multiplied together. Alrighty, let's go ahead for number 5 because you're going to see some of these examples on your assignment, but it's pretty much kid stuff. Let's just remind ourselves that the volume of a rectangular prism or like a box type thing,
How this could be useful.
base times height times width. Easy peasy. Move on. Let's move on to number 6. Ooh, this is a new shape. We haven't talked about base times height times width.
Oh, this is a circle, so it uses radius for.
Ooh, yes, I love that. So Eli noticed that there's a circle within this solid, which means we're gonna have to do the radius. We'll talk about what the radius is in a second. Okay, what is the name of this solid though? Do you guys know? I'll be super impressed. Starts with a C.
Cylinder.
Nice, you guys are good. Okay, so the volume of a cylinder. Make sure I spell it right. Cylinder. Woo.
It trips my eyes.
Okay, so this is a new solid, new formula that we need here. Okay, so the volume of a cylinder, pi, and pi is a number. It's just a really long, ugly decimal that your calculator helps you put it. Pi
By
times
height.
radius squared
Oh,
times your height. Ooh.
got close.
Okay. So remember, there's no like pi measurement. Pi is already a number. You're just going to press it in your calculator. So don't stress about the pi part. We need the radius and the height of this cylinder. Who thinks they can tell me what the height is? How tall is this cylinder? Kaylee? 10 meters. Now, what's my radius?
14.
Ooh, that's not my radius. My diameter
The diameter
is 14. The radius is half of the diameter.
So that would have been 17. No, 7. 7. My God.
7. Beautiful. Okay, so we know that the radius is half the diameter. So sometimes on your assignments, if it gives you the diameter, don't let that fool you. Okay, the radius is half of that. It might tell you what the radius is. It might tell you what the diameter is. You need the radius. Okay, so now we just plug it into our formula. And it is literally as easy as punching it into our calculator. Wow, I cannot talk. Volume equals pi. What was my radius again?
Oh, it's going to be 7.
7. So pi times 7 squared times, what was my height? How tall was it? 10. Oh, look at that. Easy peasy. We just had to identify which was which. Let's pull out our calculators.
Meters. It's meters.
Okay, so I have pi. There's a little pi button right on my calculator. Pi, look how cute. Times 7 squared times 10. And yes, we get a big long decimal. That's because pi is a big long ugly decimal. So let's go ahead and round it to 1 decimal place. First place, look behind it. Is this 8 gonna bump the 3 up or keep it a 3? Bump it up. It's bigger than 5. 5 or above bumps it up. So we have a volume of 1,539.4.
Wait, why is it? That's big.
That is big. That is a huge, because we're talking about meters. Okay, it's a big cylinder.
Why would you need a cylinder that big?
I don't know.
Big question.
That is a good question. Okay, but what were the units of measurements again for this cylinder? What does the M stand for? Meters. And whenever we're talking about volume, it's
No.
cubed. Beautiful. Woo. Love it. Okay, so that's just a new formula. So if you see a cylinder on your assignment, use that formula. Volume of a cylinder. Nice. Show me a fist of 5. Finding the volume of these solids. How you feeling? Nice. That's pretty good. pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and do some word problems. Your guys' favorite thing ever. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. The Scott family wants to fill their swimming pool to the very top with water. I don't know why they'd want to do that.
The
Oh well.
length of the pool is 50 meters.
Ooh,
and
yes.
The width is 25 meters. The pool is 10 meters deep. How much water will the pool hold?
Nice. Ooh, I love that. Thanks, Eli. Okay, so you'll notice I underlined some information that is probably super important to us. Okay, what can we assume the shape of this pool is? Don't think like a weird shaped pool.
Like a rectangle.
A rectangle.
It's totally weird shaped pool.
Okay, it's not like those weird bean shaped pool you go to the hotels. It's just a regular rectangle pool. Okay, so we need for a rectangle, finding the volume, how much water will this hold? We're talking about volume. We need length times width times height. Okay, well, it tells us the length right here, 50 meters. What about my width? What was my width? Width is 25 meters. And height is the same thing as like depth, right? How deep is it? 10. 10 meters. And it's literally that easy. Finding the volume of this
Oh,
pool.
you're finding the weight.
Not quite the weight. Ooh, not the weight. We just want to
much
know
you
how
can
much
hold.
water it's going to hold.
Oh, this is what volume is.
Yep, how much water will it hold? So we're going to do 50 times 25 times 10. Ooh, that's a lot of water. We have 12,500.
12,500. Let me guess. Jugs.
And what are the units of measurement here?
Meters.
Meters
Square. No, cubed.
cubed. Woo.
Wow, that's a lot.
Nice. So don't let a word problem intimidate you, you guys. Just identify the information you need, plug it in, solve it. Okay, let's do that again.
Inches.
Number 8. Millie measured a cereal box. Now, what shape can we assume this cereal box is?
Oh,
Rectangle.
yeah.
Sure.
Stop with the square.
Not like a weird shaped cereal box. It is 2 inches wide. Okay, 2 inches wide,
Crazy.
6 inches long, and 12 inches tall. This is kid stuff, you guys. We got 2 inches for my width, times 6 inches for my length, times 12 inches for my height. Does it matter which order I multiply them in? Nope, nope. So let's go ahead and just multiply it. We got 2 times 6 times 12, which gives me total volume of 144 inches what? Cubed. Yes, super exciting, I know, Jameson.
The most exciting thing I've
Okay, let's go to number 9 because maybe this one is a little more exciting. Actually, no, it's not. This is literally the easiest one on your paper. Okay, it's saying, what is the volume of a shoebox? What shape can we assume a shoebox is? Okay, it's literally giving you the measurements.
Just stop. This is not
15 times 10 times 8. Okay, this one's so easy that I'm like not even gonna do this one for you. You guys multiply all 3 of those numbers. Tell me what you get.
Just let us be
15 times 10 times 8. What is the volume of this shoebox?
Wow. Yeah.
Whoever gets it fastest gets a chocolate.
What?
Oh.
A fake
Oh,
chocolate, but
it's
it's
Go faster.
20,000. No, 12,000.
12,000?
Oh,
Do
wait,
it.
there goes you who thinks.
12,000? Can we confirm or deny?
9,000.
1,200.
Oh, 1,200. Okay.
1,200. I said it wrong.
Where's my calculator
I
at?
said 1,200. That counts.
I said
I'm-
12.
I said-
What a cat.
Shush.
Oh.
1,200 what? What are my units of measurement?
1,200
Inches
inches
squared.
squared. Inches
Inches.
cubed.
Inches.
Cubed.
Cube.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I said that.
Boom. Okay, that one you literally could have done in your sleep. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Number 10. This is the one that might be a little more challenging. Matt has a box. Okay, what shape can we assume a box is?
Like a rectangle.
A rectangle box. That is 15 inches long,
I think it's your carrot.
5 inches wide. Oh, wait a second. The volume of the box is 225 cubic inches. What is the height of the box? Are we trying to find the volume for this box?
No.
No, it already told us the volume. So here's what we're trying to find. Trying to find the height. So we actually have to create an equation. The volume, which it told us, equals 15, the length, times the width, 5, times the height, which we will just label as h, right? Whenever we don't know something in math, we like to assign it a variable, a letter. We'll just call it h for the height. Okay, well, you guys have been solving equations with me since you were little baby freshmen. Okay, this 15 times 5, let's go ahead and just combine those together. What's that going to turn into? 15 times 5.
16?
No. It's going to be
85? 80? 85?
75.
90?
Oh, that was pretty impressive, actually.
depends.
75 times height. Okay, so we just combine those guys to make it a little easier on ourselves.
Why do I keep getting 85?
You're definitely making it more exciting.
Okay, now don't overthink this, you guys. We're trying to solve for h, which means we're trying to get h by itself. I need to get rid of times by 75. What is the opposite of time? Divide by 75 on both sides. So what is 225 divided by 75? 3? We get 3. Now,
Little fricker.
what are my units of measurement?
Don't imagine.
It's going to be. It's
What?
going to be inches. Inches cubed.
Wait a second.
No, it's
Is it
not
inches cubed?
It's not cubed anymore.
It's not cubed anymore because we're just talking about how high it is.
It's just
Literally just
inches.
3 inches. This box is 3 inches tall.
Good.
That's all.